I bring you, 3 p.m. Eastern that is, I bring you unusual option activity that we've seen in our scans. Our algorithm has picked up institutional-sized buying in either calls or puts. When we do, we follow that activity. We report it to our subscribers. And at 3 o'clock each day, I pick 3 of those and report it to you. So let's get started, shall we? The disclaimer is that this presentation is for educational and informational purposes only. It has been compiled or arrived at by sources believed to be reliable. However, you need to understand that this is presented for educational and informational purposes only. Full stop. Intellectual property rights. We have copyrights, trademarks, registered marks, and patents on virtually everything you're about to see today. So please, before you use it, ask us. We'll be happy to let you use it, and we'll request, of course, that you cite marketrebellion.com. All right, first trade today. We're diving right into it. Medtronic, MDT, Medtronic. Now, here's how we break this down. The stock was 107.84. The November 120 calls were bought for 94 cents up to $1.15. So the bits of information contained here, folks, are number one, November. So this is not September. This is not October. It's November. So it's 2 full months out into the future. They paid $94 a piece to $115 a piece for these options. They had also been buying the October 23rd expiration, because there can't be an expiration past 21st, by the way, on regular October, because the third Friday of each month would be as far out as you can get. And obviously, since there's 7 days in a week, you can't get past the 21st and still have regular expirations. So we've got the 23 ahead of this in October to designate that this is October 23rd expiry 108 calls that were bought. Those would be at the money because the stock was roughly 108. We're seeing that. And here we go with the stock at roughly 108, and they're buying the Nov 120s out of the money. Now, if you're a regular viewer, listener of our podcasts and of this in particular, 3 at 3, you know that I'm a guy that likes to buy an at the money and sell an out of the money because I'm moving the odds into my favor. You want to learn more about that, you certainly can by going over to Market Rebellion, and I'll tell you about that in a sec. But it's important to note that they paid $1.15, which would be $115, because every option is for 100 shares of stock. That's how much they paid on the highs for these Nov 120s. The graph looks like this. It has been bouncing the last couple days right around that 108 level, breaking just above it, just below it. Now it's basically right back there at 107.88, which I'm calling 108. So what have I done? I bought the at the money calls and sold out of the money calls several strikes higher. Why did I do that? Because I can cut down on time decay, which is not extreme here, and volatility compression by doing that. And quite frankly, I can put less money on the table than just buying the calls outright. I have the odds moved into my favor by doing that. You want to learn more about that? Go to marketrebellion.com/get started. That is marketrebellion.com/get started. We can show you how to trade spreads. We can show you how to do calendar spreads. We can show you how to do vertical spreads. We can show you how to do butterfly spreads, iron condors, you name it, from beginning, intermediate, advanced, we can teach you that. And you can apply many of these on futures as well as on cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. And by the way, we teach futures, cryptocurrencies, as well as stocks and options at marketrebellion.com. Getting to our second of the 3 at 3, BHC is our second trade. So Bausch Health, BHC, stock 1648. They're buying the 18 calls. So $1.50 out of the money in rough terms, $1.52 if you're going to be a stickler about it. $1.50 out of the money for those October 18s. Notice there is no number in front of October. That means in our parlance that this is regular October expiration for these 18 calls. They're bought from 42 cents up to 78 cents. They were bought in greater numbers than the open interest as well. And the stock was somewhere bouncing around between 1648 and 1710 when we saw it. That is what the stock looks like. It's 1691. As you see, it's, close to 50 cents higher. Let's call it 40 cents higher than when we saw it. And the stock has been bouncing, Bausch Health, above 1680 for almost the entire session. Almost, because it started off at, closed last night at 1610, I think. And boom, today made its move right into the 1680s. And we are long in this one, and I am looking for a move to break to the upside. That is the second of our 3 at 3. Let's get to the third right now. That is FTAI. We saw this one early in the morning. They bought in the money. So I've shown you 2 where they bought out of the money. This is in the money. What does in the money mean? In the money means that they were buying the November 16 calls, the right to take stock from somebody at 16, and they were buying it with the stock at 16.45. So that means, folks, that they're 45 cents in the money, because anybody that would sell you these calls, the right to take it from them at 16, wants at least 45 cents plus time, because this is out there, again, 2 months into the future, and volatility plays a part of this as well. In other words, if I'm expecting higher volatility because they have earnings and this and that. Now, this is November 16 calls. They paid $1.60. That's $160 each. For a 10 lot, that would be $1,600. For what I did, it was $16,000 because I did 100 of these. And they sold the No 14 puts. Now, that put gives the owner of the put the right, because owners have rights, sellers of options have obligations. The owner of that No 14 put has the right to shove stock into your account at 14, no matter how low it goes. That's at that buyer's discretion. They can exercise that and put stock into your account if you sell them a put. You are becoming Warren Buffett. You are ensuring or protecting their portfolio, or in this case, that asset. So if you pay $1.60 and you receive 50 cents, you've only put $1.10 on the table. So that's why if you're looking at this from the standpoint of the person that likes the upside, buys an in-the-money call, sells an out-of-the-money put, they're looking to participate on the upside, and they're saying, if it dips lower, I'd be comfortable buying more. That's not everybody, but that is definitely some of the risk takers out there that are willing to do that. So our third trade for our 3 at 3 today is no 16 calls in the money and selling some out of the money calls against it, as I am wont to do. Earnings are going to be the 1st of November, ahead of the expiration of these calls. So these encompass earnings as well. Now let's take a look and see FTAI 1645. Where is it now? 1685. So it's moved up by 40 cents. 1645, 1685. That's up 40 cents from when we got in. I have not taken it off, but I am happy that it's now 85 cents in the money. The right to take it at 16 is worth 85 cents right now, and I'm happy to run along with that. Bang. Again, you want to learn more about this, folks, go to marketrebellion.com/get started. That is marketrebellion.com/get started. We can teach you about stocks, options, futures, cryptocurrencies, spreading, you name it. We can teach you over at marketrebellion.com/get started. Thank you for joining me today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I look forward to being back with you tomorrow on Market Rebellion Television. Bang!